Welcome back to Diski Breaking News. I'm your host Dylan. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's get straight to it. So today we're going to be looking at the latest signings, match predictions with regards to the final between Orlando Pirates and Stellenbosch, and then lastly, Bafana Bafana 23-man call-up. Starting off with Diski Kapinga. Former Orlando Pirates playmaker Diski Kapinga has secured a move to Sekhukhune United on a free transfer. Kapinga, 29 years old, was strongly linked with a move to Sekhukhune United shortly after his exit at Orlando Pirates, but the club opted to move for Sipho Mbule, who has become available on a season-long loan from Mamelodi Sundowns. Kapinga signed a one-year contract this week, which holds an option to extend by a further season. Then moving on to another one, we have Samir Nukovic. This one shouldn't come off as a surprise because we did speak about this one a few weeks ago. According to Far Post, Nukovic is expected to put pen to paper on a one-year deal and an option to extend after agreeing terms with SuperSport United. It appears he only accepted the second offer after initially declining the first one. SuperSport was in urgent need of a striker, especially with Bradley Kropler sidelined for an extended period due to a long-term injury. Then moving on to Kermit Erasmus. Erasmus is currently training with the Motsepe Foundation Championship side. At this stage, there haven't been talks of a contract yet. The 34-year-old was released in the past transfer window and is now free to join a team of his choice on a free transfer. The Urban Warriors currently have Mervin Boji, who recently joined them from Stellenbosch FC, and Thelo Musa as their strikers this season. Boji was not available in the last two matches due to an injury, which left them with only Musa, and I think that's where Kermit Erasmus comes in. Then let's look at the MTN 8 final, where you have Orlando Pirates versus Stellenbosch FC. I think that Orlando Pirates is going to win this game, especially if it's going to be an open game where you have both sides attacking each other and not one side being defensive. So if you're of a different view, you can go to the community tab and vote otherwise if you think that Stellenbosch is going to win this game. Then before we go to Coach Hugo Bruce's confirmed 23-man squad, make sure you support us here at Diski Breaking News by liking the video, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe so that you don't miss out on the latest football news. Then let's look at Coach Hugo Bruce's squad. When it comes to the goalkeeping department, everything is perfect there. Now when it comes to defenders, we have Sydney Moby. You can't tell me that Sydney Moby is the second best right back in the country after Mudau. There's no way you can tell me that. You have Khuliso Mudau and other players, but Sydney Moby is not the second best right back in the country, so I don't think he's supposed to be there in the first place. And I would understand if Sydney Moby was 25 years old and Coach Hugo Bruce kept on selecting him, maybe with hopes that he would improve or whatever, but the guy's 30 years old and we have other best performing right backs in the country at this point in time, people like Van Rooyen of Orlando Pirates, who's 27 years old if I'm not mistaken. Then another defender that I think shouldn't be here is a good defender, great defender, fantastic player, Kosnatis Bisi. Upodlela is not supposed to be there in the first place, looking at the fact that he's not playing at Orlando Pirates. Not only that, when Olisanda got injured, Orlando Pirates decided to field in Innocent Mayela instead of him. So what are we doing picking players from the bench and putting them in the national team? It doesn't make any sense. And people are only going to see what I'm talking about only if we lose. If we win, then no one's going to complain. But if we lose, if you field in SBC against the game, maybe say Congo, and then we lose 3-0, that's when people are going to start complaining and say, why did you choose CBC, whereas he's not a regular at Orlando Pirates, blah, 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 blah. With that being said, I think that Maloisani of Stellenbosch deserves an opportunity ahead of Upodlela. Also, Kino Cupido of Cape Town City deserves an opportunity ahead of Upodlela. Whilst you're still surprised about the part of Usbisi, I'm going to shock you with the next player that I don't think is supposed to be there. I think the player that's supposed to be there instead of him is Rivaldo Coetzee. think it's Batusi Obas, because they are the ones who are benching him there at Mamelodi Sundowns at this point in time. Mokoena is not supposed to be there, hasn't been playing. I know he's one of the best midfielders in the country and all that type of stuff, but he hasn't been playing. So we should have a criteria of some sort to say that if you haven't been playing or you're always on the bench, then you shouldn't be in the Bafana Bafana setup. It's that simple. Let's make an example. If Patrick Tito Maswanganyi is always on the bench for Orlando Pirates, then we shouldn't select him for the Bafana Bafana setup. Same goes for Tembazwan. If Tembazwan is always on the bench, then we shouldn't select him in the Bafana Bafana setup. Same goes for Pesitao and whoever. Because we are not here to worship names. We are here to select the best of the best. And the best is supposed to be playing, in my opinion.
You